Everybody, hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now in today's live stream, we are going to be talking about swing trading stocks, how to go about swing trading, how to find some plays, how to do some setups, our strategies, our approach, everything. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you guys do, hit that like button, subscribe. We are almost at our subscriber goal of 130 days. So make sure you guys subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Also, if you want to learn more about swing trading, I highly recommend checking out our school. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We have private live streams, we have quizzes, we have lectures, we have a group chat, we have everything you guys need for swing trading. So check it out down below. And we're doing a holiday scale or a holiday sale. You guys can use code Halloween for 50% off. So check it out down below. And guys, let's jump into this. And I did put the course in the chat. So if you guys want to sign up, you guys can go about doing it there. So guys, let's get started here. So as of right now, we are in on two positions. We are continuing to hold Tesla. Now Tesla, one of the reasons we bought it here before the earnings is because of this, right? Looking at the daily here, for me and my approach, I love finding stocks on an upward trend that has sold off down to some level of support here. So with Tesla stock here, you guys will notice that it just does have a little bit harder so any chance we can take a look at how you make your watch list? Absolutely. But we'll go ahead and talk about some stocks here that we're holding, and then we'll move on to that. So for Tesla stock here, one of the reasons why we bought it here is it just had this nice trend line. It had heavy support here on that 200-day moving average line. You guys will notice that it had the 200-day, it had the trend line, and yes, we did get lucky with an earnings report. Now, anytime you hold a stock through earnings, it's incredibly risky. So, I think that this stock could have gone up or down in either direction. In this circumstance, we had a good amount of buying pressure. I thought we would because Tesla, in my opinion, is a very undervalued stock for the long run, especially for AI, software, and all that stuff. So you guys will see as well as it had heavy support in this window from about 213 to about 220 right in there. Hit it and popped up, which has been a great move here. So we'll actually probably start taking profit here in this window. I'm just kind of letting this thing squeeze out and see how high it goes. But yeah, that's kind of the thought process in here. You guys can see the heavy resistance up here. So it's pretty interesting here. But another stock we're in on is TXN. TXN here is another trend line play. You guys will notice it has heavy support on this trend line, hits it, and we had that good move. But more importantly, why we entered here, why we entered this position is it had that downward trend, popped up, and has been rallying its way up ever since, right? Using a lower time frame like the hourly to establish a trend breakout to find that reversal point is crucial here. So we're in on Tesla, TXN. But all right. So any thoughts on CAL? Yes, we'll pull it up here. And we'll talk about how to do our watch list here in a second as well. So CAL, let's get our moving average lines back up. All right, so this one here, let's see. So super undervalued on the RSI. It's at about a 28 on the RSI. You guys will see that this thing fell below these moving average lines, right? You guys will notice it's been using, not like we always say, right? It used it when the stock's above it. This is a prime example of it. When the stock is above it, excuse me, it hits these lines as support, right? When the stock falls below it, you guys will see now it's resistant. So now, I probably would stick away from it. And yes, there could be a move from like 28 to like 34 in that window here. The issue though is, looking at the hourly, we would want some sort of trend line breakout or something along those lines. That's what I would wait. Not saying you can't make any money from it, but I think for me, it's just, I would rather just sit on the sidelines on this one. Let's see, CAG. All right, this one here, you guys can see the heavy amount of support in this window. Let's go ahead and draw it out. So the heavy amount of support in just this range, right? Hits this move. We had good move going forward. Let's look at this here. So Little resistant breakout here, you guys can see. Now that old resistance, new support. So RSI, I probably would stick away from this one as well. And yeah, there could be a move like this, it looks like. Yeah. That would be the play I would take if that's what you're gonna do. Let me draw it a little better. It's probably about that. So yeah, I mean, and the reason why I'm hesitant on it is just because of the volatility here. Let me see. It's almost like we had that move, right? You guys can see that move where it almost wanted to break out and just sold off below it. So yeah, I mean, I would probably, if you entered here, I would set stops below like 20, like, yeah, about here, 28.80 for target up here. I probably realistically wouldn't do a target back up here just because the new resistance is about here. So that's the approach I would take. I probably would stick away from it. That's what I think, but yeah. And then as far as stocks with opportunity goes, you know, this past week here, I really think we had a good amount of stocks, you know, pretty much start squeezing out. And yeah, so, and if you guys are watching, make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. But yeah, subscribe. We're almost at 100 subs in the past 30 days from live streams only, so that's awesome. So one of the stocks here, let's go ahead. So is there any way to take advantage of positive warning report and ride the wave up for any certain earnings? So is there a way to take advantage of a positive earnings report and ride the wave up? I mean, yeah, of course there is. I mean, when you buy a stock, you know, if that just say they release their earnings and then the stock squeezes. So like with TXN is kind of a play similar to that, right? They released their earnings. You guys can see it kind of was like the best of both worlds, right? They released their earnings. It was actually a good earnings. You guys can see right here. The next day didn't do much, but then we had that breakout here. So it kind of was like that, like waiting. If it was a bad earnings, I probably wouldn't have been able to take the trade because the stock would have sold off. But in this circumstance, in this play here, it was a good earnings report. The stock popped up a little bit, sold off just because most often, anytime a stock pops up a little bit due to an earnings, the first hour to 2 hours is going to be very volatile because you have people that were holding through the earnings wanting to sell their positions. You'll have, you know, just a little more volume. So in this stance, the stock sold off a little bit and then popped up. So, but yeah, you can. Verizon, VZ, I believe that's Verizon. Yeah, VZ here. All right. So this one here, oh, and maybe a little move, a little action here. 90-day. Yeah, see, this one here is a play that I would feel a lot more comfortable taking. And let's see here. So 41 for possible chance. I would say to 43. The RSI right now is at a 39. So it's maybe even a 40. It's about a 40. Nope, 39.6 is the RSI. So let's see the hourly here. So the hourly, maybe a little trend line like this, possibly. So if you enter here, I would wait. So I would wait to see what happens with this, right? So if we get buying pressure here, so for a lot of my trades, I want like a minimum of 3 touches of support. So not so much on the hourly, but for this one I would, just because. Let me see. I'm just kind of looking here. So yeah, I would see what happens here in the next hour or so. If we get some sell-off and the stock breaks below that trend and comes down to like the low 41s, then I wouldn't hold it. But if we can get a green candle and establish this trend line as support, then I would feel a little more comfortable taking a trade like this. It looks like it was like a bad earnings report. So let's break this down. So if you entered here for target up here, yeah, 4-to-1 risk and reward, not too shabby. But yeah, I would wait personally for this to establish, because you can see support here once, support here again, just one more before you enter here. Then we got this one here starting to possibly break out here. First move, it's approaching almost over that 200-day moving average line here. You guys can see that long wick of buying pressure. Boom, it actually just popped over. Let's look at the daily and see how we're looking here. So this one here, let's see here. So this is an undervalued RSI play, 28 on the RSI. The only downside, let's see, is it still has that daily trend line. So a little bit more, if we can get a push up to like 775 or even 71 for a trend line move. Another one here is AMD. I really liked this play here. This was a perfect breakout scenario. Even if you entered this morning, right, you guys can see 1, 2, 3. So it establishes that resistance, popped up this morning. I didn't have an alert set on this one. That's why being prepared is a lot better. But hey, now the stock has rallied its way up. So then we got TER. TER just got some sell off here. Let's see. Yeah, nothing too crazy on this one. Earnings. ADMA. Stocks on that 90-day moving average line, 16 to 21. Let's look at the hourly here. Hourly's finally starting to get a little momentum going in a good direction here. So let's see here. So something like, maybe a little bit like that. A little bit like that. So there could be a nice move on that trend. It's already breaking out here. So yeah, definitely one to keep on watch here. And this is ADMA, and this would be a 90-day moving average play. I'm not sure when the earnings comes out for this though, because it looks like it's going to be soon. So ESI here, great play on that 200-day. Yesterday, I believe, was the day it squeezed up like crazy. Yep, and I didn't have an alert set for this one either. But you can see just the general trend breakout here. It does look like, this thing just caught fire and just popped up. So REGN, one of those plays that's just been selling off down below these moving average lines. The daily, it broke through that trend line. It's probably more of a short play now. You can see that would have been a really good short chance right here. But this one here is HUYA. HUYA here, the hourly kind of is starting to get a little flat here, a little consolidation in this zone. So there could be some support, in the 340 range for possible break to like 460. This one here though, the RSI is at a 37, so it's actually not too bad. It's not too bad. I do like how it's finally starting to get some support. So we have 1, 2, 3. So I probably, if I entered at 345, probably would hoping for a push to like the probably like $4 realistic. ACL or ALC here. ALC sold off down below these moving average lines. The hourly is on that 90-day. Waiting for a breakout or some sort of confirmation here of a move. Let's see here. This one here, though, you guys can see it kind of likes to hug around here for a while, these moving average lines. So I wouldn't be surprised if it hugs it before we get that move going forward. Let's see here. KFY would be a trend line play. Actually, this one here does look good. Trend line play, you can see the heavy amount of support here on that line. Also that 90-day moving average line. I think the only issue is it hasn't done much, right? It's finally starting to get a little bit of some horizontal support here and resistance. So you can see that little window where it's kind of trading. So there could be a move from like, the 69 to 74 range would be the thought I would have with this one. But We'll see though. I do like that trend line here, but the stock's been very volatile lately. So we'll see though. We'll see. Let's see. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. CPB here. Nothing too crazy. Let's just go through these. All right. So let's talk about here, like how I build a watch list. I've had a couple of questions. I've heard you say shorting is dangerous, but can't you set a stop loss and take profit like with long trades? Absolutely. Absolutely you can. I think the issue though that kind of just makes me nervous for shorting, I would say, would be like the after hours issues. Like when you buy a stock, yes, there could be after hours issues where it gets sell off and it has that where your order could not get filled after hours. If that happens on a short side, it just is a little more nerve-wracking, because if you buy a stock at $1 or you short a stock at $10, let's just say you set your stop loss for $10.10, right? The worst that can happen if you bought that stock is that you lose $10. But if you short a stock and for some weird reason they release not earnings, but like a bad report or something in the stock, or good report, I should say, and the stock squeezes up, I don't know. It's just a little more nerve-wracking for me. You can make good money from it. It's just something I don't really do that often. So I think the recent stock that I shorted, I think was Carvana a long time ago. Let me see. It was on. This thing has been moving. Where did I short this? I think I shorted this right here, where they released huge earnings, to be honest, and it established resistance here. You can see where it hit it, right? We just have that. So we got in on that breakdown. But that's the last short I've done. You can see if I didn't take profit, I would be down a lot, because this stock has been very well. But all right, looking and building a watch list is very, very easy. So for me, I would rather add a stock to my watch list than not add it. There's been times where I've had a bunch of plays. Do you not short stocks during bear markets? I mean, yeah, of course I do, but I don't know. It's just something I really don't like to do, I guess, is the best way to put it. And historically as well, through recessions, there's always been sectors that perform better than others. So, you can gravitate towards those sectors for long positions and go from there. So, all right, let's get back to the watch, building a watch list. So when I first look at a play, I'm generally just trying to remember my checklist, right? So stock on an upward trend, sold off down to some level of support. This one here, you can see these huge swings. I'm not a huge fan of these and the general downward trend that we've seen. So I probably would stick away from something like this. And I just kind of just go through it. Something like this, upward trend, sold off down to support, RSI's at a 25. This could be a trade you take today, right? It looks like due to a bad earnings call would be my guess. Let's look at the hourly. Yeah, after hours earnings report. So something like this, right? Add it to the watch list and just look for a breakout. That's all I would do, right? Boom, opportunity, boom. So, I don't overcomplicate my trades. If it doesn't meet my strategy, I just won't trade it. This one's not too bad. Not too bad. RSI is 35. Let's stay with. Just get rid of it. What's this one? RSI 39. Move would be, I would rather feel comfortable at about $60. Is that eBay? Oh, okay. Bad earnings. Still could have some wiggle room. Going down. This one here doesn't look too bad. Could be a trend line play here. So building a watch list isn't, super hard. It's just more like kind of time consuming. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 has minimum of 3. Could still see a move on it. Hourly sold off a bunch. We'll just add it. No, these stocks aren't on my watch list. These ones are in the scanner. So I have my watch list right here. Then I have my scanner right here. And that's the scanner in the course. So make sure you guys sign up. But yeah. These aren't stocks in our watch list. That's why having a good scanners. Ooh, this one doesn't look too bad. 22 on the RSI, blue chip stock like Triple M or 3M. Could see him move out of this. Enter at 23. Looks like due to bad earnings. I know it is earnings season here. Trend line. Oh, this one here looks good. You can see, could see some support on that 200-day. RSI 33. Hourly looks decent, right? You can see that trend. So now, whoops. I guess I need to focus on, yeah, we can pull Finvez up. Finvez is easy too. So let's see here. Screener. New. This one, for some reason, I saved it and it's, let me, avoid when looking at a stock. Don't look, if you're having a hard time picking, don't trade stocks with huge swings. That's a little tip too. You can focus on larger cap companies. It will work a lot better. So like moving average lines, like if we look at let's pull up that stock. What was it here? We just saw Triple M. Let's see this one here. So often what we see here with blue chip, more established companies is moving average lines are gonna work a lot better because hedge funds, analysts, they're gonna be they're gonna want to sell shares at these lines, or they're gonna want to take short opportunities, or whatever it may be, or long position. So you can see here it worked very well in the past. The second it falls below it, right now it's riding that wave as resistance until we get that breakout. So there could be a move from there. So I would focus on stocks with maybe a little higher market cap, like more blue chip, more well-established companies. And I think that will help a bunch. I think it will help a bunch, as well as don't trade stocks with light volume. Don't trade stocks under $5. And I think you can kind of look at a stock and get a kind of gauge of it, right? So like this downward trend, be a critique with the stocks you trade. If you're paper trading, one of the issues that I faced when I was learning through paper trading, I felt like I could trade any stock under the sun because I had the funds, the fake money to do it. But what I really did after, a couple of weeks is I said, okay, I'm going to give myself one stock or two stocks, maybe high as 3 stocks every week. So I'm not going to trade just all these random companies that possibly follow my strategy. I'm going to try to find the best of the best of the best. So just really, really dial in on your checklist and, focus on those high quality earners. That's what I would do. But going back to Finvez here, let's see here what we got. Let's see. AIG, no. This one here looks pretty decent. AIV here. So after we pull it up, we go AIV. we've traded this one in the past, and I wish I held it. You can see here that nice channel we had. Yeah, we definitely traded this here. So there could be a move. It's kind of a little high right now, 45, but this one doesn't look bad. EGO, it's a gold one. EGO could another one that I bought, most likely. So I think a good entry would be about here. We'll just throw it in. We'll just set an alert. Yeah, not too much with Finvest here. Let's see. See how this one looks. So we're just kind of looking here. OSCR here. This one was on our watch list. I don't know what happened to it. OSCR. Popped up yesterday, it looks like. Let's see. Really bad false breakout. Wow. Look at that. That would have been a great trade too. Got in on that breakout. So, yeah, I mean, the issue with this, you can see it when it popped, it really had a hard time popping above these 200-day. Popped up after hours. Yeah, within 15 minutes sold off down below it. Yeah, I would have. Yeah, let's see. Let's go to the minute chart. Yeah, look at that. Within about 10 minutes, it sold off a bunch. That just happens though, you know. This stock was on our watch list too. I don't know why we didn't get notified. I probably would have taken a trade on this. That's what's crazy. RNA. No, little trend line action here. We have that 3 touches. 1, 2, 3. Could see a move from 45 to 50. Stops would have to be at like 44. RSI's a little high there. But yeah, I mean, as far as plays goes, I think we've seen a good couple of days. So, you know, there's not a huge amount of opportunity. But yeah. So, you know, guys, we'll end it here. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. The biggest thing about swing trading, just start and focus on, you know, just base hits, small returns. If you're in doubt, if you're up on your money, you know, and you just are unsure, take your profit, right? Cut your losses early. Continue to learn, and check out our school, code Halloween for 50% off, and we'll see you guys in there. Hope you guys have a great